Well, it's been a very long journey right from the early stage, the voluntary stage, to the integration stage, which is now the former taking over of federal government of the core up to today.
Sector in Bayelsa State?
Well, as all of us, we are all aware, there are security challenges almost in every state. It's not limited to Bayelsa State alone. But the peculiar nature of security challenges in Bayelsa State is not only limited to the incidents that is very common, courtesim generally in the economy, kidnapping generally in the economy, militancy in the economy. You see some youth being engaged or having in possession of firearms, maiming and killing the innocent citizen, especially attack on security. That has been one of the major challenges as a security operative in Bayelsa State. That's the major challenges. Attack on security agencies, those that government has empowered to protect them. They see us a threat in the state. At all levels, see us a threat in the state. It's not as if the security agencies are not living to expectation. We are living to our expectation, putting our best, but yet the uncooperative attitude of the criminals, and of course, even an attack that has not ever threatened the security agency in the state, we have been able to live up to our expectation, because the state, in spite of the pocket of crime here and there, is still peaceful, as it were. The core is very high. I see a core that is able to protect the people. I see a core that is able to ensure that the rule of law prevails. I see a core that is able to protect its citizens. I see a core that is devoid of corruption and extortion of the citizens they protect. I see a gallant core that Nigeria can yearn for. I see a core that can live up to the cry of the common man. I see a core that people can go home and sleep with their two eyes closed. I see a core that the federal government can at least touch their head and say that yes, they never make any mistake in establishing the core. That's the future for the core. I see great men growing, rising, because the Commander General has approved several courses and programs which is geared up to empower, socially empower the youth and of course the staff of the organization in acquiring the basic technique for security services in the country.
Okay, Bayelsa State is known for high level of cultism and other social vices. So what measures have you taken to minimize this?
As I said before, our men are professionals. We collaborate with other security agencies. I cannot tell you in this forum what measures we have taken, but I know we are trained, and our men are in all, whether in the bush, in the market, in the communities, at the streets, at the traffic point, bus stop. Our men have been deployed in all corners of the state to ensure that these criminals elements that are always deriving pleasure in seeing other people die or other people cry by taking forcefully that which does not belong to them are arrested, and once they are arrested, the law will take its course. So we are living up to the expectation of the people we are serving, and we are determined to continue to serve the people. We take our life at the job in ensuring that criminals within the state don't have anywhere to hide.
Okay. To what extent have you been able to interpret the vision of His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari and the Governor of Bayelsa State?
Well, when you talk about the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, one of his promise to the people is that he's going to fight corruption. Abi? And when you talk about the vision of the state government, it's talking about restoration. Talking about fighting corruption, we are partnering with all relevant security agencies in ensuring that corruption is wiped out. And that has also been one of our mandates in ensuring that criminal element don't exist in the society. We are in partnership with the government of the state, and of course, when there is peace, when there is peace, as we are here to ensure that peace prevails. There are a lot of potentials for tomorrow Nigeria, and I believe Nigeria is going to be greater than what it is here, because there is an encouragement and ennoblement for all the security agencies in the country. So it's going to be better in Nigeria tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, I have worked as a commandant in Benin, Zone G, Benin headquarters. I work as a commandant at Akwa Ibom State Command of NSCDC. I work as a commandant at Abia State. I work as a commandant Imo State. I work as a commandant River State. I work as a commandant Kwara State. I work as a commandant Ondo State. And finally, as a commandant Bayelsa State, where I have been elevated to the rank of Assistant Commandant General. And in all these states, I've left a footprint that if you go to Bayelsa, if you go to any of the states I've mentioned, it's not me saying it. Go and ask the staff. They tell you they miss a person in Commandant Pedro. Go and ask them. The legacies which I've left behind can never be compared with any. There are a lot of establishments. I've trained the staff, capacity building. I've reorientated the staff, restructuring of the command, acquiring of land, building, opening mills, and so on. Be able to arrest, as the mandate it contains, arrest a lot of criminals involved in illegality in petroleum industry across the state. Even here, within the 4 months of my stay here, the arrests were made. They are unquantifiable. We have evicted illegal occupant in government-owned property, 2 property of NITE, former NITE, now NATCOM, is very close to us here. Evicted them and make the place habitable for government to use. We have dislodged all the vendors in Bayelsa State. As I speak to you here now, you cannot go to any filling station and buy any adulterated or bad petroleum product. You can't see it. But before now, you see people carrying petroleum product in sack, in bag, in a car. If you go outside there, you see all the vehicles that are there. There are few ones we can park inside the premises. There are our rest. All the road there is littered with all our tankers and trucks and other cars that are used. In all our yard, we have Annex 1, Annex 2, and Area Command Office here in Yenogua. It's littered with all arrests. And of course, I said before, we have data of arrest, statistics of arrest. It's only in civil defense corps that you go, you see the arrest made is there. In fact, yesterday we got conviction, life imprisonment of somebody involved in illegal dealing in petroleum product. We also have another conviction, almost on daily basis we have conviction on people who are criminals who have been able to vandalize government property. So the achievements are so enormous, they are so enormous, too numerous to mention. And of course, because of such achievement, if you look at all those awards and so on, there are too many to mention. So I want to talk about achievement. That means we use 2 days to talk about achievement. Because if I open one page of any state, I will mention array of achievement. Go to the next state, I will mention array of achievement. But on the whole, I have been able to contribute to the restructuring of the corps in all these states I work. Restructuring, repositioning, and arrest of high-profile criminals, prosecuting them and getting judgment on them. So there are so many to mention.
Okay, as the Assistant Commandant General on special assignment by Bayelsa State, what is your plan? What are your plans for your new office?
Well, my plans are enormous. I plan to leave the corps to the enviable heights in which the Commandant General wants it to be. I plan to ensure that the mandate of the corps is actualized. I plan to also ensure that the young officer growing are encouraged. I plan to also reposition the corps in a way that It's going to be an envy. The people who are contesting, who are they? They are brothers. Why must we take it as if they do that thing? His election is just like a football match. There must be a winner. And if such person win, all of us embraces ourselves and congratulate the winner. There's no need killing ourselves. There's no need fighting. There's no need hiring political talks. We should think about the Western world. They've been doing this game for a very long time, and they disagree to agree. I want to talk to my people that if you live up to the game, it's not a do or die thing. You should just vote. The electorate should just be allowed to vote. No fight. You should learn, because all of us are all want just one brother. Like in Bayelsa State, you find out very well history, they are just one brother. Some of the local government areas, they are just one brother. Should there be a winner, all of us should embrace up and join the winner to develop the state. These are just my message.
Okay.
Politicians should avoid hiring talks or employing any means by which they will undo their political enemy or partners. So, as I said, it's not the do of that. There must be a winner, and whoever wins should embrace and ensure that development continues in Bayelsa State. I don't want all my time. I don't have time to want all my time. I work 24 hours. The art provides for me to work 24 hours. There's no time. You came that day, you saw me here. Today, you see me here in the night. I'm working midnight. My phones are on 247. I don't have time. Since I have not had time, no leave. I've not seen my family. I mean, it's not an easy exercise to be a security officer. We don't have time at all, even to eat. No time to eat. Especially in the state like Bayelsa. You're eating, they're calling, there's problem here. You're eating, no, it's not easy. But I thank God for having this good job, because it's already, I'm already used to the job. So whether I eat, I don't eat. Whether I see my family, I talk to them, they come, they see me, they go back. So I'm already used to the job. But I don't have time for the job. No time, no leisure time, no time for party, no time to socialize, no time.
Okay, so thank you very much. Finally, what is your concluding statement and your wishes for the people of Bayelsa State?
Well, my wish is that the good people of this state should learn to stay together with one another. They should ensure peace. They should unite with all the people, but above all, they should check their neighbors and give security agencies vital security information that will help us to protect them. These criminals we are talking about, they don't live on the moon. They live with us. And if we all agree, all of us, security is a collective responsibility. And as such, whether you are a civilian, you are a security man, please, let's rise up and eliminate crime. Let's push out the criminals within our society, so that society will be better for all of us. Today, they kill Mr. A. Tomorrow, it will be Mr. B. And we will not allow this thing to continue to happen in this country or this state. So, if they see something, they must say something. They should give us security information that will help us timely to guide them. That's just my message.